Hey everybody, it's TechMattic again over here at George Weber Chevrolet in Columbia, Illinois, and you will not believe what I'm sitting in. It's a 2014 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, and I had to find the resident expert on the Stingray here, and that is no other than Mr. Ron Shinault.
Hi.
We're going to go over the driver's information center, heads-up display, some of the climate controls, and by the end of this video, you are going to want, well, you want one anyways. But you're going to want one more at the end.
You have your 5 driving modes: weather, eco, touring, sport, and track. And you'll notice when I switch to sport and track, the entire display changes. I have it linked to drive mode, so your display will automatically change along with whichever mode you're in. If you do eco, weather, or touring, it's all going to be this nice display where you can change the information on the right hand side to be your stereo information or fuel economy or whatever you want it to be. When you go into the track mode, it allows you to change, once again, the information based on how you want to set it up, and that's all in the settings. Which if I just play around with this, I can go down to my settings. And I can link to drive mode, which is what I did. That's how you change the display. Speed warning, nobody wants that on their Corvette. Pocket guides if you go into sport mode. So let's do that. Pocket gauges, not guides. I can actually change my left and right side gauges to whatever I choose to make them. So let's edit them. And I'm going to make transmission temperature my left hand. So now my left hand gauge is transmission temperature. My right hand gauge is oil temperature. I can change them to whatever I want based on what's available to me. I can leave them blank if I don't want anything at all. I can do oil pressure, oil temperature, battery, and transmission temperature. But I can change them out whichever side I want, not have any at all. It's all my preference basically. So let's say we go back over to performance, we'll pull it up, and the information you can have in the middle there is going to be G-forces in the digital readout, or you can put G-forces there where it actually shows where the G-forces are going to which part of the car. Accelerate to start, basically as soon as you hit the gas, it's going to start timing your 0 to 60 time for you.
No way.
Yep. Timers, if you want to do lap timers. You have all your gauges: oil temperature, oil pressure, battery voltage, and transmission fluid temperature are all going to be here in a little old school type dial readout. Tire temperature, that is actually very important. We've had this vehicle parked inside of our delivery bay for several days, so the tires are warm, obviously, since it's 70-something degrees in here. With these tires, you need to know whether they're overheated, warm, cold, or hot. Hot is fine, warm is fine, overheated obviously is not, and cold is not. They are Kevlar wrapped zero pressure tires. If you try to drive them when they are cold, you can get cosmetic cracks in the rubber. It won't damage the tire or the functionality, but it will damage the cosmetic look of the tire. So if you are going to be parking the vehicle outside and decide you want to drive it on a really cold day, I would suggest tire warmers.
So like earmuffs for a tire?
It's kind of like earmuffs for a tire, yes. If I go to audio, I can change my stations and basically just use my arrow to seek. I can move over and store stuff, go through my favorites, just browse different stations. This does have HD radio, so you will pick up a lot more stations than you had before, along with your XM satellite radio. So here's your heads-up display. It is color. You can move it based on how tall you are, or short, whichever.
Be good for you.
Yeah, it'd be great for me. You can move it to be more visible based on where you're sitting. You can change the display yourself to go through the different modes of the heads-up display, or you can do just like it does on the regular driver information screen. It's linked to drive mode. So right now I'm in touring. It's going to be on your normal heads-up display. It gives you your audio information, speedometer, and what gear you're in. If I move over to sport mode, you now get your tachometer up there automatically. It brings up your gear selection still, along with some more performance information. And then if I switch over to track mode, it's going to go to getting your full cool looking tachometer, your speed, and more performance information there as well. I can make this dimmer if I don't want to see it at all. I can just turn the brightness all the way down and it disappears. Or I can crank it all the way back up, and now it's clear as day, even though it's day outside.
It's double
day clear, yes. Yeah. So if you look at the climate controls, obviously you have your temperature selection. It all pops up on the screen real nice for you, so you can get a quick glance at it. You can control where your air comes out, all the same stuff you can do in all the other new GMs. Just hit auto, let it go to town and do its own thing. Heated and cooled seats are both controllable by the driver right here. You also have the sync button. If I hit the sync button and it's lit up, the passenger is going to have the same audio controls or climate controls that I do. However, they now move the climate controls for the passenger over to the passenger side where it actually needs to be, and now they can control everything on their own.
Uh-oh, I did it. Now you're thoroughly in love with the Stingray and you can't live without one. If you have any questions, of course, that's where I come in. You give me a call, you shoot me an email, and I can answer any of the questions about the technology aspects. Now, if you're looking to order one of these beauties, give me a call. I'll get you in touch with one of our Corvette specialists, and they'll get one on order for you. Looking forward to talking to you guys. Have a great day. Bye.